just want to do a quick live here and talk about what we are looking for in terms of the storms off to our west tonight. So we'll kind of let folks join. And I also really want to test out the live here as well in terms of what we're dealing with in terms of the software too. So this is giving me some practice. So again, folks just joining in, it's just before 7:45. I should probably start out here. First of all, we don't have much going on in southeastern Wisconsin. Just some light rain from western Fond du Lac County, ripping down to just about Beaver Dam, and a little light rain shower just dying out through West Bend. So we don't have much going on around here, which, I mean, good and bad. Bad in the sense that we need rain. We really need rain around here, and we're not getting it. But let me pan you off to the west because, boy, does this storm, just saw kind of in the background here, this storm has really good structure with it. There's some spotters that are looking at this thing. This is not far from the Dells, so this is just heading towards Portage. Again, just to give you an idea, this is not in southeastern Wisconsin, so it's way west of Milwaukee, and it's moving away from us. So no threat in our area, but I just wanted to kind of get on here and talk weather since I'm just kind of watching the storms here a little bit. And what we're dealing with is a really nasty thunderstorm out there, and that is going to continue to move south, kind of towards Baraboo and also towards the Portage area as well, where the hail out of this is really going to be quite intense out of it, possibly up to about ping pong ball sized in terms of the hail out of this. So let's take a look and show you here what we're expecting in terms of the hail out of this, because it has been big, and we'll show that to you here. I mean, look at this. It's like off the chart big, heading towards Baraboo and Portage Lake, Wisconsin in there as well. I'll zoom this out just a little bit more so you can see it could be getting close to Madison here with time as well. So again, out of our area, but just want to chat a little bit. Just hearing from the National Weather Service, keeping an eye on the core as it heads towards Lake Wisconsin. The rotation has weakened, has become much more broad over time. So large hail and gusts to 60 miles an hour are the main concerns out of this storm. So let's go over to the velocity out of this, just to talk, because there was decent rotation out of this earlier. And yeah, it's really weakened. Let me put that into motion for you. And you can see the reds and the greens next to each other. It's largely fizzled out. Not to say it can't come back, but this is really more of a hailer, and the hail is pretty huge out of this one. So let me see. Give me a second here. I want to see if I can add. There's a way to add my camera into this. And I'm going to see if it's going to let me. No, I don't think it will. I was hoping to add my camera in here so you could see me as well. I know there's some way to do that, but let's see if it'll let me do it over here. Oh, got the full screen. So yeah, I'm kind of working on the software too, since we're kind of quiet in our area. I'm just interested to see if we can, if I can somehow pop the camera up, but I don't think it's going to let me. So in any case, that's what we're dealing with. This is a frontal boundary that's coming through, and it's a really nasty storm. And what was interesting about this is the models did not do a good job with this. They didn't do a good job with this last night either when it was up towards Green Bay. The question that we had been dealing with all afternoon is anything severe going to pop? And I mean, again, it only takes one cell, right? In this case, it's closer to Wisconsin Dells instead of Beaver Dam. I mean, there's not a huge difference, right, in terms of distance between those two areas. It's only a one county difference, really. So we got lucky in that regard that this nasty cell is going to stay away from us, but I think this thing is really going to hug the interstate and then head down towards Madison or Cross Plains, those areas, so maybe just northwest of Madison. Now, after sunset, which is a little before 8:30, this should start to die down. But Portage is kind of right on the edge of this thing. Lewiston's right in the middle. I think Lake Wisconsin and potentially Baraboo is going to get hit right in between Baraboo and Lake Wisconsin out of this. So let's look at the hail one more time because, again, it's been sort of off the chart here with it, just to the east of Lake Delton. Again, 1.5 inches in diameter hail out of this. I also want to look, these are the echo tops, okay? So what this is showing are the, let's go over here, and I just want to take a look at the tops of these storms because that kind of gives us an idea as well. So what I'm going to do out of here is we'll take a look at about 40,000 feet. So think about that for a minute. So that cell, which is producing all that hail, is topping to 40,000 feet, 40,000 feet high. So that's actually a pretty tall storm. Usually you have to get above 30 to 35,000 feet before you really get severe weather. Reason being is because the higher up you go, the colder it gets. So that's where you're going to get the hail and that sort of a thing. I'll tell you this, I don't like the shape of it. As it's pushing through Lewiston, what you have here is, I mean, it's almost looking maybe a little more supercellular. What I don't like about it, and let me see if I can circle on here for you. Again, if you're just joining us, no threat for southeastern Wisconsin. I'm just here watching storms, and we don't have any, so I wanted to test the live capability. So that's why I'm on. But again, this is the hail core right there, okay? I don't like this little area coming out of it. I'll do a little box right there. I don't like that little area right there. That's a little concerning, and I'll be interested to see if the rotation actually starts picking up again in that area, and we can take a look at that. Not seeing anything concerning, but if there was to be any rotation, the concern I would have would be right there. So that may be worth watching. But again, this is really a hail threat. A severe thunderstorm warning continues in that area for another 26 minutes for 1.5 inch diameter hail. So again, this is west of our area in southeastern Wisconsin. But if you have friends in in Portage, in Baraboo, northwest of Madison, that's heading their way. We don't have anything over here. And this is our last chance for rain, by the way, for the next week. So it's a little unfortunate that we're not getting rain because drought conditions are really going to start getting worse around here. So that is what I have there. Oh, hey, what's up? Can you see me? Wait. You don't need to see me this bit. Oh, wait. I should be able to make this bigger. Let's see. Hi. Can you see? I have the little camera. I think I figured it out. I can move it. Can I make it bigger? It's not going to let me make it. You don't need to see me bigger though. But there you go. Hi. Yeah, just kind of testing this out because I just want to see how all this works for eventually when we do get severe weather. I want to try to use this more. I'm actually doing this all on an Android phone to where we can kind of do both things here, be able to do the camera and you can kind of see everything here. So thanks for testing this out with me. Oh, look at this. Another severe. So let's go out to La Crosse. That's a nasty one. Black River Falls area. So that's 1 inch diameter hail and 50 mile per hour winds. That's a new one. Interesting. So check this out. That's an outflow boundary. That's going to be, that's a nice outflow boundary right there. See that line? So that's why that cell near Black River Falls perked up, because it's going right over the boundary. And what will probably happen, and what's crazy is that thing's going right down the interstate. What's crazy with that one is now that the boundary is undercutting the storm, you'll see that storm weaken. So I doubt that that's going to get issued downstream because of the boundary crossing. That's pretty cool there. So you see the outflow boundary there, right? So to the west of Toma, over towards Sparta. But there is no boundary when we go back to the Milwaukee radar. Pardon me. Let me see if it's going to let me get back in here. Come on. You can see my phone. Come on. Let me see. There we go. As we go back to the Milwaukee radar, so I'll flip over here. There we go. you don't see an outflow boundary there. And that's because that means that the storm it still has the potential to rotate. There's still quite a bit of hail with that as well. So, so there you go. That's what we have. So again, if you're just joining us, thanks. You're kind of my guinea pigs here tonight. I just wanted to test this out a little bit, but this is out of our area, but that's still a nasty cell near Baraboo. Weather Service is saying that there could be some good gust of winds west of Portage out of this, which there's Portage. So, yeah, so if you have friends in Lodi or, Cross Plains, those areas, that's heading in that direction. It's from Baraboo right now to Portage, and it's moving south. So there you go. Well, thank you for joining me here. I was able to at least get the camera up, so hello. This was fun. So thanks for joining me, and we will keep you posted. But look, weather forecast, which, by the way, I have right here, forecast sheet. I got nothing. There's literally no rain, which is funny because as a meteorologist, I'm like, what are we going to do for the next week? What are we going to talk about? Like, it's funny because that's always the hardest part of being a TV meteorologist is trying to figure out what to talk about when it's like 70 and sunny every day. You know what I mean? So that's what it's going to be for the next week, essentially. And again, temperatures will fluctuate, especially near the lake. But ridge of high pressure, not much going on. So this was our one and only chance for rain, and it's fizzled. So I ordered a sprinkler. So if the meteorologist orders a sprinkler, that may be a sign that there is no rain coming anytime soon. In fact, it could be mid-June before we see rain. We need it. I mean, the drought is really bad. Is going to get really bad very quickly, which is crazy because we had 9.5 inches of rain in April, right? And then virtually nothing in May. So that's it. That's the pattern for you. And we'll keep you posted. We'll see you coming up tonight at 9 and 10. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in to this live here tonight. Have a great night. Just got to figure out how to stop it. All right, here we go.